They say the greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's given up on them. They've lost all their worldly possessions. They're dead broke on their back. What the fuck is your life? Are you happy with it? And if so, is this the intake and outtake of breath that makes you smile on your face? That's something your fucking mother gave you. You haven't earned that. What have you done with your life?
Because if you're not strong and you can't endure what the universe throws at you, then you're just gonna be a loser. And you don't want to be a fucking loser. Life is two paths. It's a negative path and a positive path. There's only two paths. You can pick the positive way or the negative way. And I've been down the negative way, and it fucking sucked. As somebody who's went down the positive path this whole life and I never fucking listened to anybody. I always did what I wanted. I was always independent and I always trusted myself. And recently, for the first time ever in my life, I picked the negative path. As somebody who never let themselves down, maybe some people don't know what it's like to pick yourself up. You know, all you know is letting yourself down. But when you finally get a taste of what it feels like to win, and you sit there and let yourself down every fucking day, and you know you're not doing what you should be doing, it really, really can show you when you've tasted success how terrible it feels to be a fucking loser. And this world will break you down, bro. It will fucking break you. It breaks you the smallest shit to the biggest shit. But you know, when you wake up in the fucking morning, you're the only person that can take action and help yourself out. You're the only person that can speak up. You're the only person that can defend yourself. And you're the only person that can change being a loser to a winner.
What is up, boys? This is how MLK molested us out of $10,000 trading NQ today. Now, granted, it wasn't actually MLK. It was NQ. However, what I truly do want to cover today is our read on price action, how we continued to maintain clarity as price action developed, trading the 4-hour power of 3. Also, the P&L is just for title purposes. Before we get into anything, I will showcase today's P&L from the live trade you guys seen. Today we lost around $2,000 across all of our express funded accounts. Now, going on to something more important, our read on price action, how we were able to properly manage our risk, de-risk within the trade, and also continue to maintain clarity throughout the consolidation and, aggressive volatility spikes within price today. So we're first going to start off on the higher time frame. On the higher time frame, we can see from the beginning of this week, we formed this huge new week opening gap. We can potentially see it as our draw for this week for an open low high close on the weekly time frame. Scaling down to the 15-minute and the hourly, we've seen that we were within a overall higher time frame AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, the distribution being within New York. So we knew we had an overall higher time frame power of 3, as well as a smart money reversal and a cracking correlation between NQ and YM with this SMT, weekly SMT. That was our confluence coming into today that, hey, we can potentially look to see this new week opening gap begin to see progress, I guess, begin to get traded toward. Holy cow. That was so hard to say. Anywho, so coming into the trading day, we were long looking to see price do exactly that. Begin to trade toward the new week opening gap and trade toward these range highs we left during Asia session being our true objective, as well as true week open and true day open, and even true month open, which we are currently trading below. When we scale down in time frame, we can actually see prior to market open, we formed a lower time frame AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, with that low having been taken on YM before continuing higher. Upon market open, we began to displace higher and form an SMT between ES and NQ. I was looking to see this SMT act as a retracement for price action to retrace lower into the higher time frame 5-minute fair value gap before forming a change in state of delivery out of that, continuing to displace toward our draws on liquidity, being true day open, true month open, true objective being Asia highs, as well as that new week opening gap. You can see we were very, very bullish today within reason. I was also looking to see this act as the 30-minute power of 3 coming into market open as well. Our first initial trade execution was on the change in state of delivery. Sorry, I apologize. The 30-second inverse fair value gap and the 1 minute fair value gap back to the upside. When I scaled on to 30-second, I will be able to show you guys that here. The proper change in state of delivery was here. However, we had conviction within what price was doing. Our draws on liquidity, where we were looking to displace, we were willing to execute before macro open, as well as execute relatively early without that change in state of delivery to our objective. So that's exactly what we did. Our first execution was on the 1 minute inverse fair value gap, got filled, and that is as when price action continued to deliver, we trailed our SL accordingly, managed our risk accordingly. Once price took these highs and formed an opposing SMT, that is when we cut half of our trade position. Holy cow. That is when we began to manage our risk. We cut half of our trade position, keeping our SL below this low. With that 15-minute fair value gap below us, my trade idea was this. If we're looking to continue to displace higher, I want to leave this 15-minute fair value gap unmitigated. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Price began to spike, and upon that 4-hour open, we formed this 4-hour low right here, being from 10 a.m. obviously down to 10:21 a.m. before displacing higher again. This was the 4-hour low we formed. Within this, we were still looking to catch that overall 4-hour power of 3, that 4-hour in correlation with that 4-hour open high low close. Price stopped us out of our first trade position. That is when we formed a microcycle sequential SMT as well as an overall SMT between YM and NQ, and the microcycle SMT between ES and NQ back to the upside. Mark this change in state of delivery here if you guys seen on the live recording. Price displaced quickly back to the upside. We did not get our fill, not even on the 30-second time frame with having set our limit, and price continued to displace to the upside back toward these range highs, true day open, true week open, and I'm eventually expecting our true objective to be met, being Asia highs. Upon not getting our fill on the execution we were looking to see, which was that change in state of delivery, that is when we focused on reacting to what price was showcasing us, seeing if price would provide an additional opportunity to execute at least toward true day open. However, as price made this retracement for this 1 minute fair value gap, and it was not as deep as a retracement as I like to see. Granted, price did not have to make a deep retracement, having already been within prominent discount. That is when we continue to displace to the upside, and that is when I said I am not willing to trade toward true day open with my risk still on the table. After today's trade execution, I either wanted the low being this change in state of delivery to true day open, true week open, or our true objective, or no trade execution. And that is how price action molested us out of $10,000 today. Now, granted, P&L is fun to talk about. Trade ideas are fun to talk about. These recaps are fun to make. However, the main focus I want you guys to have when watching these is not P&L, is not trade recap of the day, is not loss or win. It's the read on price action. I want you all to be able to also approach the market day to day, having a clear understanding of price action, understanding when to wait, understanding when to wait for price to align with time before making a move towards said draw on liquidity. I want you guys to understand how to understand what PD raise will be validated, what PD raise will be invalidated, what lows and highs we will look to take. That is what I'm trying to showcase within these trade recaps, not necessarily trades, wins, or losses. What I want you guys to understand and question when watching these recaps is my read on price action. How does Light get his read on price action? How can I improve my own personal read on price action so I can improve as a trader, so I can improve my market understanding? Understanding of price action, of where we are looking to displace, of how we are looking to displace, and of when we are looking to displace toward our objective. Anywho, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Moving forward, I will cut back on the trade recaps and only make trade recaps or day recaps of days that I do think have a lot of learning and teaching potential. Apart from that, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.